There we go.
Hello, beautiful
Beautiful
people.
people, beautiful people. Yes, yes, yes.
All right. We are in the
Woo! The
building
building. It is your country boy,
and your city girl,
Eric
and Elaine.
of E Square. All right.
hmm We thought we would surprise y'all this evening
With something new.
with something new.
And we were planning on it. However, news travels fast.
Does it?
The news cycle is like
Mm,
because we would get questions regarding the things that we think about, the things that are happening in the community. We don't follow celebrities a lot or whatnot. That's just not our thing. However, we recognize that who we are working with, seizing the opportunity to um, to be able to share insights regarding the tea.
mhm. The tea.
The tea. That's what everybody. That's what the ladies be saying.
That is true. That is what the ladies
The tea.
say. The
Okay.
tea. So
So
we won't call it the tea,
we gonna call it sweet tea
sweet tea.
because we're gonna take out the sweet pieces of what we can learn in whatever is going on.
hmm
No matter how if you're given lemons, you make what?
Lemonade.
All right. So when we get the tea,
Mm-hmm.
we gonna make sweet tea.
Sweet tea. Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
That's what that's gonna work. That's how we're gonna work it out.
Okay.
Okay.
You weren't ready.
No, that's good for me.
Okay. So let me,
Get you closer to the
he
camera.
wants me closer to him.
Yes.
Okay. Does that work, honey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. So, of course, y'all know this is a topic that is, whoo, rampant.
It's trending. It's hot.
It's trending.
It's tripping.
It's everywhere
All of that.
in all languages,
Mm-hmm.
by the way.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that interesting? So this is
So-
world news.
So they talking about it all over the place.
Everywhere where there are people.
Well, there are people they talking about it.
Now, probably in some places, of course, but for the most part, like we said, we of course take these opportunities to really look at our relationships, right, and to
Right.
understand what's going on in our world. We're in this world. We're not of this world, right? If we take it from the scripture, and so we have still issues that go on within us and among us
Right.
that we still have to address, that still need to be addressed, that still need attention, right?
Mhm.
And so this is what we're endeavoring to do on tonight's topic.
Yes. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
So we just want to know, I mean,
See
if
who
somebody's
is
here.
in the- I'll be real. Hey, hey, hey. Elizabeth, how are you?
Yes.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
It is
She
good
said,
to
spill
have
the
you
sweet
guys.
tea.
Spill that sweet tea. We gonna sip.
We're going to sip on it. Yes, listen.
See, when you spill it, you make a mess.
Okay, see,
We
Elizabeth,
gonna
you see how he
sip
does.
it. We gonna enjoy
Okay, I like that. I like
that
that.
tea.
Yeah,
Understand?
yeah. And
Yes.
this was so impromptu because we were being hit up everywhere. And so we didn't even have time to gather our little drinks. Y'all know how we like to bring,
Yeah, we have
something
our
and encourage you to
drinks.
grab a little something to drink and sip with us. So we don't
Yes.
have to start there with the sweet tea.
Yeah, yeah.
But
There's some sweet tea.
yes, yes. So thank y'all for being with us, Abiyah and Elizabeth.
Yes, announce yourself wherever you are. Let me see.
Yes.
I need to pull up something with the Facebook so I can see the Facebook.
And I want to know, who knows what this trending topic is before we eat.
Well,
Well,
they
done seen
they done
my
seen what I've
husband is
been-
already at work.
You saw it.
They've seen it.
You
Posted.
saw
Mm.
history, television history made the other night.
Yep.
Did you not?
Hello, Kahim.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes. He says, I knew you guys were going to come through and break it down. You know what? We're all going to break it down, right? Because you guys have a perspective that we need to all,
Yes,
hear as
we
well.
wanna
So
hear it from you guys.
absolutely. Hey, and Jarvis, and all right, bad history. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
that's kinfolk. That's kinfolk. What's up, cousin?
What?
Yes, that's kinfolk.
Okay, kinfolk.
Yeah.
I must know you by your nickname because I don't recognize Ann Jarvis. But okay, I must know you by your Pookie name or
Oh
your
my
Skeeter
goodness.
Wheat, something like that.
Ski week. That's how we do it in.
That's how we
how
do it.
the Johnsons and all us do that.
Yep, that's
All
how
out of
we
Cold
do it.
Spring, the country folk. That's how we do it.
That's how them
That is
Johnsons
how
do
we
it.
do it. What's up? What's up?
Yes.
All
Thank y'all.
right.
Thank y'all. Thank you for
Thank y'all
joining
for
us.
being here. We're gonna talk about it. So let's first go to
Regina, hello, Regina.
Hey,
and
Regina
Lee.
and Lee.
Yes. She's like, we at dinner, we going live. Yes. But y'all can still chime in
Chime
between,
on in. Chime on in.
eating that lamb.
Right.
Yes. So the trending topic of today.
Yes,
Uh,
is Smith versus Rock, the SmackDown of the year. All right.
Can we even say the year?
Not yet. We even though we're in the first quarter of the year, we ain't even out of the first quarter of the year.
And especially our new year, we're just beginning. But
yes, the new year just began for us
Right.
On the 17th of March. So look, so the fight between Muhammad Ali and Pookie.
Okay.
Will Smith played Muhammad Ali.
Right, he did.
And we remember Pookie from the start.
Right.
New Jack City. Am I saying that right? I think his name was Pookie in New Jack City.
It was Pookie.
Who seen New Jack City?
It was Pookie. I do remember.
Yeah.
Seeing Pookie all over the place.
Well, look, my man, that's one thing that you can't say about this whole situation.
What's that?
I'm gonna just deal with just the you saw the thumbnail. And that brother hit that brother. Now, I have to say this. Either, hey, Uncle Floyd, what's going on?
All right, Uncle Floyd.
Yes. Look, either Will Smith hits like a girl. Really? That's wrong, being that I have girls, right?
That is so wrong.
Or either Chris Rock is thugging like that and can take a hit.
So you didn't think much of the hit?
He didn't move. Oh, it was a powerful hit. It was a powerful slap.
Okay.
And it was exactly what he said it was.
What was that?
When he said Will Smith, Will Smith. Oh, that's okay. That's my cousin Floyd. What's up, Lil Floyd? Yes. I say Lil Floyd. I'm sorry. I put your business in the street. Folk call you Lil Floyd. I'm sorry.
Hey, cousin Floyd.
Yes. This is my North Texas folks. Everybody up here on North Texas, well, yeah, hit with 7 degrees of separation. You ain't lying. That's it. He hit him. Walked up on the stage, calm and collected,
just a smooth,
resolved in what was about to take place.
So he had intention.
He intentional.
Okay, he was
intentional. Drika.
Hey,
what's
Drika.
Up, sis?
She said, I've been waiting on y'all. Listen, we're here with the sweet tea tonight.
Sweet tea we talking about.
Yes.
All right.
But we want to just, kind of bring different perspectives because we have, y'all, let us start off by putting our disclaimers out there.
Right.
So our disclaimer is, of course, these are our opinions.
Yes.
We're not, of course, giving side to either necessarily. We just have an opinion because we are people. And for the work that we do, it is important for us to just be able to shed light. And we're going to always give you that sweet angle.
The sweet,
sweet
what we can take away from this. We're not going to stay in the mess and the muck and the mire and the clay.
Because there's always a solution.
And there's enough of that out there already.
Yeah,
there's enough of that out there already. Everybody coming for either party, each party saying things about people's history. It's interesting to me. Some of the most forgiving folks can be so unforgiving.
Yeah. Yeah.
in times,
Yeah.
that we really need to be. Okay,
Right.
so
Mark and D.
Mark and D, what's up, good peoples?
Yes.
So that's the thing. The thing is, okay.
Floyd, hold on. Floyd said the Oscars were pre-taped. I wish they never showed it. Okay.
Mm.
Wow. See?
Okay, so Floyd,
That's a perspective.
he already getting into it.
Yeah.
Because that was a thing that I was going to show. Is it real or fake? Right.
So was it
real
or
fake? We're gonna go into it. Hold
okay.
on.
Okay.
Let me just go back to it. Okay. Because right now, like Elaine gave the disclaimers, we know that, it done broke the internet.
It
basically.
broke the internet.
Things
the intranet.
The interweb. The interweb is messed up.
Look, I don't care who you are and you say you don't pay attention to what's going on. If you ever scroll through anything, listen, we found out, let us just say early this morning, watching the news, like we were watching the weather report, and we hear this Smith hits rock, and we're like, what? At the Oscars. And so we're like, and I will say this, my first thought was that it was staged.
Yeah, I was like, that got to be but that hit was so real. And then the dialogue, not the dialogue, the dialogue afterwards. Well, now that Floyd said that it was pre-taped, so I guess you could add a smack in there. You know how to do in the kung fu moves. They're not doing all that.
Yeah. So Regina says fake. Okay. And she said, what's that? I've said she.
Okay, this is what we want to do right here. See, this is right here is what we want to do.
I can see.
I don't know.
Okay. She said fake. And I've said his wife, is the one who should have been slapping. She's had him out there looking like a fool for months. Oh, okay. All right, Regina is coming. She's coming in strong and hard.
Coming in for your girl.
Yes, yeah. And Mark and D said, someone said if the behavior is a mystery, what's that? Tap into the history. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Yes.
All right. Y'all coming for him.
Yes.
Hands down. Y'all coming
Absolutely. So, but that was my first thought, was that it was fake.
Yeah.
And so, of course, they're actors, and, I was just under the impression that these are two, highly respected in the celebrity realm, right?
Yeah, both the icons in their own right.
Icons in their own right. And, and they were friends. From my understanding, they had, a relational, let me be careful how I say that. They had friendships.
Don't say nothing about the relationship.
I ain't gonna say nothing about
We're talking about Hollywood, and we're talking about
right. But yeah, so real or fake? That was my first thought. What was your first thought?
My first thought was that it was real. My first thought, because that funk, I didn't know that it was. I thought it was live.
Okay.
So I thought it was live, and the way the news made it is like it was live.
Well, because that's when everybody else is seeing it, though.
On TV, and it's like, okay. Now we know, taking into account that Will and Jada has always said that positive or negative press is all good press.
See, and that's why I said fake.
Okay.
Because now not knowing what the motive is, but always looking at how, many times celebrities want to stay in the tabloids. They want to stay relevant, right? They want to stay in people's mouths, right? And so they will do different things to just keep you talking.
No, we're not saying that that's what they did.
I'm not saying,
because it's not, because this video is not about them. We just laying some foundation.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's get to the reason for. Oh no! Before we do that, let's go to the right or wrong. Who was right and who was wrong? Let me go to the comments and see here.
Wait, and scroll back up, because let's see, or down, because Mark and D said real or fake. They said, yeah, right there, real or fake. It should not have been aired.
Yes.
Mental health, stress, mental illness does not discriminate.
Right.
Okay,
Wow. Hey, Danielle.
that is so good. Hey, Don. Yeah.
Will was dead wrong,
Okay.
says Jarvis.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody else? Does anybody else agree with with
Anybody else as far as right or wrong? Who
was right or wrong?
Okay, because we could have said that Chris was wrong.
Okay.
We could say that Chris was wrong. Was he wrong?
I say he was not considerate. And so I will say that, yeah, that there are some things that, in my opinion, are off limits.
Some things, okay. Okay. Regarding relationship. Now we talking about comedians here, and we talking about Hollywood.
Yes.
So
yes, that is true.
what is the right or wrong? What is the uh, barometer?
Now, my opinion is, of course, anytime a comedian has to pick on people in the audience, that's a bit shallow. To me, you're still needing, are you losing some of your craft?
Something.
Yeah, because I think when we look at pinpointing and calling people out that's in the audience, you're looking for low hanging fruit. Right, so you're not coming there with material. Yeah, do you have real content? So yeah, I feel like there was some things that should not have been crossed. Now, however, this was not the first time.
Okay. That Chris Rock has said some things
that
about Jada.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if we look at the 2016,
we look at
Oscars,
the history.
The history is there, okay. Right? And so there are just some things that in my opinion, it just shouldn't have been said or spoken publicly like that.
That's really got me going, because I feel like, man, that to know that it's pre-taped, wrong on both parts. Mark and D say wrong on both parts, and I probably would have slapped the taste out of his mouth too for that publicity to keep my name in their mouths.
So you coming with the angle of okay, I see, Mark. Yeah, okay, I see. And listen,
comedians have a fine line, because I mean, what's the last thing that Chris Rock has done? What movies, what roles have he played? Mm-hmm. What are the things that have gone on?
Yeah. I can't say.
Okay, yeah. So real or fake, right or wrong, it's what's going on. All right.
Yeah, is that JB?
Yeah, that's JB.
JB in the house.
Boy, I got Dallas in the house tonight.
Yes.
Will could have walked up and just gave a warning over the mic first. That's true. Yeah, he could have walked up and gave a warning. So he could have said something. He said, "Hey, man, you're my boy." That dab him up and everything.
Right.
But just handle him a little bit. Handle Pookie.
That's a Johnson. That's a Johnson move right there.
Just handle up on him, handle him a little bit, and just check him. That's all it is. Right. It's a check.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I agree. I think that it definitely could have been done differently. I think that to see that happen like that, and this has made history, and that's the people who look like us, right? And let's just look at that. It gives a certain light again to us,
right?
And I don't know that we want that.
What if Leo DiCaprio went up and smacked Sean Penn? Well, most people don't even know who Sean Penn is no more.
I know who Sean Penn. Yes.
If Leo DiCaprio, if he was to go and slap Leonardo DiCaprio, was go up and slap, any other given actor, would it be this much?
Brad Pitt.
Would it have been televised? See, y'all putting in this other piece.
Okay.
About it being taped. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Say then after that, if it continued, then you would have laid the SmackDown. Okay.
So
Okay.
a SmackDown. What I'm hearing from the guys
Yeah.
is a SmackDown was deserving.
Yeah.
A SmackDown was necessary.
No, I mean, because look, what people say about me, and especially as being as savvy as you are, you are $25 million a film. And not only are you $25 million a film, you own out of most of your movies, I'm going to say more than 80% of your movies, you are making money on the front end and the back end. Because your Overbrook Entertainment production company is your company.
Right.
So you're making money back and forth.
Right.
So why am I concerned about anybody joking about my wife?
Yeah, that's true. Now,
in truth, I don't have to do that in front of people. If I could check you in front of, again, you choose your battles.
Yeah. And I mean, we know that many people watch the Oscars. And, but even if you don't watch the Oscars, when things hit the news source like this, even the children are watching, right? And what is the message that we want to send to our children and how we should handle things, even as men?
Yeah.
And these are grown men.
Yeah, these are grown men. This is not, one of the brothers say, this is not the Source Awards. But even in saying that brings us to the overarching issue that we're sharing tonight.
Yeah.
JB say, no, I'm kidding. It's about emotional control. Yes, hands down.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Hey, Eva. So the situation is this. Okay, this is the main thing. Okay, because there's two narratives that's going on, right? One about that's pro-will, that's like he stood up for his Negro wife, his black wife, right? And that is to be applauded.
I definitely agree.
At all costs. Because often you don't see that. Right now, there are so many black women that are missing and nobody's saying anything. There is a news station here that talks about cold cases that are, not only are they cold cases, they are 30 and 40 years old. And we'll talk about a breakthrough in that, but won't talk about the 20 to 30 black women that are missing just in Houston. Okay? So to see him defend his wife like he did, and especially the fact that he has uncovered his wife with his extramarital affairs and so on and so forth, all these years.
Okay, be careful, because that's speculation.
Is that speculation?
I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. We got confirmation from different people we know. Okay. So you've uncovered your wife.
Yeah.
You've had an epiphany. Yay for the epiphany.
Absolutely.
So this is the situation that we're dealing with. Right? All right. John Nash is in the building and his messages are able to be seen.
Yes. Hello, Mr.
All right.
Nash.
He said he was dead wrong in his physical actions. Yes. So that's the one side that we have, is that there's pro-will because he defended a black woman. Again, we've been beaten up in the nail shops. We've been beaten up in, law enforcement have, done things to, young women. And it's no different from the 60s when they were spraying them with hoses and whatnot. And those were children that were being sprayed with hoses. So we had that one dynamic. But then on the other hand, we have the dynamic of you have two icons. As I said it in the scriptures, you had two icons in their own right, having allowed a open display of black on black violence, which is, really bolstering that narrative of the angry black male. Even his outburst at the end about how he addresses his own. I just, that is, to me, that is a lose-lose.
Yeah.
But again, this is the sweet tea.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to see what we can take from that.
Yeah.
All right. They were swingers, says Lee McGee. Okay. Don't say that in Elaine's presence. Elaine is is a defender. Okay, this is what her title. She gave me her title.
I did.
A defender of
Black
Black
love.
love.
I am not.
Negro
Yeah,
love.
it is not about Will and Jada. I'm not Will and Jada Ites, but I'm just, I just know that anytime we are on any level, people are going to come for us. And I cannot, confirm nor deny the swinging. So therefore, everything that I have heard has been that hearsay, other than what was publicly announced. And so that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Okay.
But I will say this also, that that, because that's the point that I brought up to you earlier, was, regarding the defense, right? The defense, because what John Nash is saying, with all due respect, he wasn't defending his wife. He was possibly acting out of things that may not have been public until now.
Yeah, well, that whole August situation
Yes.
was he thought they had got over the hump, and it just came back up.
Yeah.
It came back up, and like they said, they all have motives.
Yeah.
The guy had a motive. He's got a record dropping, so let me put this tea out. Let me spill this tea. Let me make this mess to get better record sales. Okay, so that is a whole deal in and of itself.
And yet when I look at it and I think about how so much of what we saw was the beautiful part for me. Now, this is just like what I saw was so much of that is symbolic of what we need to see for Black women, right? To be supported, to be where we are actually, stood for. We are given that where we are protected, even and especially in the public, right? We need our Black men to really be there for us and defend us. I believe that we see so less of that. That's the complaint. And that's not just me, but that's the complaint from many of the single women, that we work with, and even our own daughters. And so I think that let that be symbolic of what needs to happen. I'm not saying, now hear me when I say, I'm not condoning violence. I'm not condoning that part. But I'm just saying,
third ward.
Yeah, listen, third ward on the good side, next door to the washateer. Yes. So that's a whole nother perspective, right? I can see Will's point in that, because every time there's a level, and that's why I say that, because there is a level in any lane where the E falls off, and I have to be careful, but here's the thing, we all have a tipping point. I mean, we all have a breaking point. And I think what you're saying is all the stress that they've been under in their relationship, this was going to, come out one way or the other. But let me go back to the point of men defending Black women. This is what we're going to be talking about here in some upcoming sessions, where this is what is so needed, because many times Black women are known for, riding, being a ride or die chick. You ain't never heard a guy say, I'm a ride or die dude. It's always the woman. I'm a ride or die. I'm a ride or die with my man, right? And so, here it is, where that is the part of what the positive thing, that hopefully the message is, let's see more defense, not physical, but let's see more defense of, that's not right. Don't do that to a woman, and especially a woman that is a Black woman.
Right.
That's
not to be, and I hate to even have to say this, but a lot of times you do. But when you see that Black women are 8 times more likely to die in childbirth in the United States, somebody got to come and say something about them. This is not diminishing any other nationality.
Absolutely not.
Let's just make that clear. This is not diminishing any other nationality. However, when your woman is dying just giving birth, let me because we just had a recent situation where a sister went to have a baby, and it's like these designer babies, or when people are when the doctor is like, okay, I gotta be in Key Largo, or I'm going to Peru, such and such. We gonna do a induction. We
Right.
gonna induce your baby. Women,
The
if you
date,
are listening,
yeah, the date is,
young ladies,
yeah, yeah.
let your body do what it do, and stop going to these places and having the babies. You land on your back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. How in many of those situations, many times there's not real support,
Right.
and there's not real support in certain situations where there's the black man involved, right?
Hands down.
And so this is what we're talking about, is we need that. And because now I will say, we got more than alopecia, that we as black women are dealing with in these
Now
streets.
let's talk about your hair. Okay,
yeah, let's talk about that.
Real quick now. Okay,
we got to catch up on these comments because they're going in. Yeah.
So all right. So John said yes, state charges should be filed, and I was interested because and that's what tip you over to the fake piece.
Yeah.
Especially now that I know that it was pre-recorded, and you still released it. But we're gonna go a little deeper into the narrative and why would you still release that? Why would you still release that? On our backs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
That's true.
Let's see here. Oh, we got Robert Dixon.
All right.
What's up, sir? Mighty man. It's good to see you. Let's see. Do we as onlookers know enough about the private narrative to formulate a conclusion? Let's see here. We find ourselves, we find ourselves on the outside speculating. No, that's back. Hold on a minute.
On the outside speculating because of inclusive evidence. Yes. That's a great point.
Hold on a minute.
That's a great point. I think you got to scroll.
Based on inconclusive evidence.
There we go.
The
post wasn't coming through. Yeah, and that is so true. And here we go. Again, this is what we do, right? Is we go and we draw our own conclusions. And that's why, I mean, speculating is not something that I encourage whatsoever. Yeah. And I see a lot of that.
But look hands down though, we saw that this came out and if you pre-recorded it, what's your angle, Hollywood?
Oh well, yeah.
Why we now let's talk about it. Chris Rock's Good Hair documentary. I know some people didn't like it, but I felt like it was the bomb.
I felt like
that was well done, and it showed why is it that a black woman feels that she needs to relax those around her by relaxing her hair.
Right.
Okay. Why can't she just be fully who she is? Hands down. So we're going to get into the narrative, why this narrative is there. Because beyond beyond even having information and what, the background history and stuff like that, bottom line, our relationships were on display when they chose to do that.
Okay.
Not only relationships, so we can talk about the hair and the things that Deuteronomy 28 talks about. All right. We can go to Deuteronomy 28 again, brother against brother.
Right.
And believe you me, those people in Hollywood, they know what's up. They know what the word is. They know what's going on. Chris Hendry, what's going on, sir?
Yes.
My unpopular opinion is that black men are used for propaganda and objectivity. Man, I'm sorry. Okay, so you getting in my business, man. You're getting in my business. That's exactly. And I don't endorse this particular writer, but the writer of The Color Purple, she had a short video, a short film that said, as long as until the lion can talk, others will tell his story.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Nitra.
Right? Nitra, what's up, love?
Yes.
Christina, also a disproportionate number of black men that are killed and locked up. This subject has so many layers.
I totally agree with that.
We see Chris
totally
is going, okay, I need to pull him in and have you, because bruh, this is the reason why we're talking about the sweet tea. Things that we need to know, the sweet pieces that we need to know, we need to look at, pay attention to, rather than looking at the surface, because it goes beyond.
Yeah.
We don't have the luxury of just letting stuff happen, and it's it's as if it's nothing.
As if we're in our silos, right? As if we're not affected.
We don't have that.
Yeah,
we don't have that.
We all are affected.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and so what you brought out even about the movie that Chris Rock did, Good Hair, several years ago, that was brought at a time when, of course, natural hair was still on the, incline, right? But at the same time, isn't it ironic that he would be, that's why I say he was in
saying
error.
That
The irony is you would stand on stage and mock a woman who is having an issue with her black hair. So it's and someone said it in the chat. It's called ratings. I think that was marketing.
Yes.
It's called ratings.
True be told, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the Oscar ratings have been on the decline. Anyway, I mean, if we just start connecting the dots, and you see when Nike decides, hey, Colin Kaepernick is going to be our spokesperson, no matter what anybody here in the U.S. says, it kind of tells you the dynamics of the demographics of what's really going on. If we've been outburdened our counterparts 2.5 times for the last 40 years, how are we still the minority? But anyway, that's stories for another day. James Ellis, what's up, brother?
All right, James.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. You love that Deuteronomy, Mark and D. And that's where the goods are. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it all makes sense as far as where we are in this world and what's going on. Now, again, I would like to say the sweet part of it, again, like you said just a minute ago, Elaine, was that the fact that he actually defended his wife. And yes, it wasn't an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment, like John is saying. It is embarrassing that this is how we are taking things, and acting out in the public like that. I mean, my mama would have whooped my tail if I'd have acted a fool. Well, I did that one time. I fell out at Wine Garden. Anybody remember Wine Garden? Anybody in Houston remember the Wine Garden on
Go ahead and tell your age, all you wine gardeners. Wine garden, yes. But and we have
Pastor Dixon say, exactly. He contradicted his own documentary.
That's absolutely right. He did, absolutely. But and even the joke has layers. Demi Moore cheating on Bruce Willis with a younger man and being bold was the reference. And how black? Okay, so was that was something that was said too, Chris? Because I missed that.
But you remember back in the day when Demi Moore shaved her head?
Remaking these white characters.
But we didn't have this.
Okay. Okay.
Now that's just what I'm taking from what he said, but he might be saying something else. Donna Rose, can you go ahead? Well, see, Donna Rose. Okay, the confirmation regarding that whole situation. I'm not gonna go back there. Regarding that whole
I don't know, dog.
extramarital love situation between the open relationship thing.
Leave Donald out of this because we don't need to hear none of that. That's still speculation.
Okay, but we gonna sip on, because look,
for a movie,
when you look at all of when you look at even if you go and watch our video that we have about Will and Jada, the fact that they stayed together, the is you is or is you ain't my baby.
Yeah.
We did that back when he was on, when Will was on the Red Table Talk, and we pulled some sweet tea out of that. So go visit the channel and go and look at that video, and you'll see some of the things that we said. And we're going to say, double down on that as far as, I think I would have went about it a different way. I know I would have went about it a different. Well, my temper, because
and I would have definitely expected for you to have gone about it a different way. I didn't expect. I was let down too. If to be totally honest, it was a letdown. It was disappointing to see that take place, like what Nitra is saying here. To see, it was disheartening to see a black man hit another black man on such a big stage. And she said, Chris, hold on, babe, can you move that? Chris Rock handled that situation very well. And Will was wrong.
Y'all see me trying to
and
help.
Took his built-up frustration and anger out on Chris. Now, listen, that's a great point. And this is where we started off talking about mental health And I
Mhm.
think it was Mark and Dee that said that earlier as well.
Mhm.
Mental health is, we cannot leave this conversation without talking about mental health, because if you look at all the things, I will say this, that they have been trashed in the
for the
news for
last
quite some time, y'all.
social media, really.
Social media, there we go. Social media, right, has been crushing them, literally trashing them for quite some time. And this is why, again, no matter who we are, they're human, right? And so at some point, you're going to get a lashing out. And I believe and I hope, my hope is this, that they will unplug, take a break,
Mhm.
literally take a year or two and just
Something.
stay out of the media,
It
stay
ain't
out
like
of
you
the
need money.
limelight, right? And take care of your mental, get really the therapy that is needed so that true healing can take place, and redefinement of who they are as individuals, and then what their expectations are from their marriage with one another.
Hands
Because
down.
here's the thing, y'all are saying, those of you who are saying and swear by them being swingers, right? Okay, swingers, that's an open relationship. Is there anything good that comes out of open relationships? Now I'm gonna ask y'all to sip on that tea.
Okay.
Is there anything, while y'all are plugging in, is there anything good that happens out of open relationships? What does it breed?
You know. So, but but what's interesting is that, well, I won't be the advocate on that end.
Oh,
I'll
advocate
leave that.
on what?
Well, just the fact that, okay, you had Megan and um,
Yes.
oh my goodness, Megan and
Oh, Megan Good
yeah,
and
Megan Good and Devon Franklin.
yes,
So
yes,
Devon Franklin, he said that Will Smith was his
mentor.
mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had a closed relationship.
Okay.
And back to our point with is you is or is you ain't my baby, can we see that they decided to stick in and fight through
That
the
part. Now
relationship
that
piece?
is true.
So but
That's a
here it is, you
yeah.
have somebody who is per se religious and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and he couldn't fight through in a
Yeah.
closed relationship.
Mm.
So
Mm.
again, the tea, the sweet tea in that is, hey, okay,
Mm.
now you standing up for your woman, whether this is staged or not, whether this was, about the narrative. Let us vote by this. Stop watching their stuff, y'all.
Mm.
All of them.
Wow.
If you're being fed by a entity, a conglomerate
Mm.
that is not representing your people well, why do you continue to watch?
Okay. Okay. That's good.
Why do you continue to watch the guy who berates our women
Yes. Yeah.
on YouTube and
Mm.
other social media platforms? Why do you
Talk
watch?
about it. Talk
You're
about it.
voting with your proverbial click dollar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? These gurus who are out here who are not providing solution, but just dishing the mess, spilling the tea.
Yeah. And so they're causing more of a problem than it being of service and helping the
Hands
situation.
down,
Yeah.
for our community, because we don't have that luxury. How many of you ever sat there and said, when they said something on the news, you're like, ooh, hope they wasn't black, hope they wasn't black, hope they wasn't black. Saturday Night
We
Live
do
did
that,
a
y'all.
skit.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Saturday Night Live did a skit
It was
on
so,
that.
yeah, it
That
was
is
so true.
so real.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so real to us.
Mhm.
Let's hear what Robert say. Let us get back to the foundation of biblical value of marriage. Also, how challenging marriage can be without all eyes on me. Hands down. Hands down.
Yes.
It is a
Yes.
challenge. So when we talk about this situation, let us go forth without the whole. Let's see the big picture in this. Let's see ourselves, because we are being treated. If you are Negro in this world and you are a descendant of slave, or what they now call in BIPOC, I just wonder who decides on what they're gonna call us.
Sits in a room
and say, we're gonna
refer
to you.
Yeah. Are there post-it notes around? Are there?
Yeah. Is there a poll? Because I didn't get the survey.
Did anybody
Did
get
anybody get the survey that you wanted to go from
called?
Black to African American?
See.
to BIPOC.
Now we're going to a whole nother issue, baby. Let's stick with the
Okay. I'm just saying.
topic.
So
But that is, yeah.
you're being treated. This entire narrative is that you're being treated as as a nation. There are crimes against us around the world, not just us here in the United States, but around the world that have to be recognized. And we want to decide to fight for our relationships.
Yes.
What we saw was somebody would defend. What the sweetness that I take out of that is the defense of a man's wife. That I will not.
Can we take that sweetness out of that? Absolutely.
Hands down, the sweet piece
Yeah.
is that I will not allow anybody to misrepresent my family
Yeah.
in any way, whether it be a public display, or whatever. And we see this now. I mean, Ketanji Brown Jackson, that's another narrative that if you connect the dots between the vice president and now a Supreme Court judge, that you have to have a certain demographic in order to actually be in that. Even if we go back to our president, the former president, 44. So there is a particular narrative that is there if you're going to open your eyes and have a look at it. As far as a level of success type thing, which is the level of success that Will Smith used. And if you go again, I invite you to go back and watch the "Is You Is or Is You Ain't My Baby" video that we did on their relationship, and we talked about some of the things that how he went on the other side where he wouldn't have a black female lead. You wasn't defending those black women, or even looking at how he the first on Viv. The first on Viv, and then when you bring on another on Viv, you made sure that she was of a lighter skin tone.
Stuff. Wow.
All right.
So
we got to understand
colorism
this is colorism, and it's continuing to be an issue, and we have to choose to stop it by not participating in the foolery.
Yes.
Understand? I'm sorry, I done got on the soapbox.
Yes.
Protect our eye gate and our ear gate. Hands down.
That's it, Mark and D.
I'm sorry, I can't watch on.
Yeah.
I can't watch on. Because would he have the backing? Would Tyler Perry, who talked to him in the back, they show him talking about it, but everything he does is a negative connotation to and is a threat,
especially our black
to
women.
our posterity.
Yeah.
It is a threat to our posterity.
Absolutely.
See, you go and put your hands on a man because of what he says verbally will
cause you to
rock an
orange
jumpsuit. Right. And that's interesting. And that makes me feel like it was staged too, when Chris Rock said, "I'm not gonna press charges."
And I will say, so did y'all know that they've come out with apologies? Has anybody heard their apologies? They've actually sent out apologies. And Chris Rock sent out an apology or what have you early, I think today. And but yeah, and real quick, I want to go back to, because we need you to shed a little light on that, John. You said there's a difference between a swinger and an open relationship. Just kind of shed light on that for me, because I'm not sure that I understand that, but I may be viewing them as the same. But the thing about it is, were they, because we saw tears. And again, I didn't watch the Oscars. I don't know the full scope of everything that happened, but I do know that he was crying. So was he apologizing even at that time, or was he ashamed? What do we think was going on? Because my thing is, as a person, when you have when you take an action like that to bring physical harm to someone, what is the inner dialogue? There's got to be something going on, and so many of us, we no longer have any type of self-regulation.
Hands down.
In emotional intelligence. These are things that are important for us in our relationships, and so to prevent outbursts of the sort, we need to make sure that we get the skills and the tools right to handle ourselves, whether it's behind closed doors or it's in public.
Hands down.
But how many of us are able to say that, hey, we have the tools for those type of situations.
Right. So it's an interesting feat, and this is why we have services. So, gentlemen, I point to the men and the marriage-minded men. Marriage-minded men
Hey,
that
Nadia.
you know go and get some counseling, some coaching. Yes, and that is a shameless plug. Understand. To be able to handle yourself in a certain way and guard your posterity. You guys. I can't harp on that enough.
Yeah.
Even and your posterity is beyond just the children that come from your loins.
Come on. Because they're watching.
The book tells us that the older women teach the younger women.
That's right.
What good, the Messiah said, I'm making you fishers of men. He told the disciple, I'm making you fishers of men. How you fishing? Are you just looking good? You got your relationship and you good. You ain't worried about nobody. That individualism is not a thing that we can adhere to.
Absolutely. We are our brother's keeper.
Hands down.
We are our sister's keeper. We have to take personal responsibility in our behavior and in our actions. And so I that's my hope and my prayer is that there will be some time of reflection. And it looks, so I will read. So this is what was sent out, the statement regarding Chris Rock's statement. He says, as a comedian, it can be difficult to understand which lines are to be crossed and which ones aren't. He said, last night I crossed the line that I shouldn't have and paid the enormous price of my reputation as a renowned comedian. Comedy is never about poking fun at or making light of people with major ordeals happening in their lives. Comedy is about using real life circumstances to create laughter and bring light to an otherwise dark world.
Yes.
With that said, I sincerely apologize to my friends, the Smiths, and the rest of the Smith family for the disrespect and disregard which I displayed, which was unfortunately broadcast for the world to see. I hope that with time, forgiveness can come of this situation and we can all be better, more considerate people in the end. Do y'all think that was sincere? And we can only hope.
Yes.
Right. And hope, that there will be even a vow to not allow for this to happen again, because this did not do us as a people well. It did not serve us well at all. As middle-aged, and I can say, because I'm there too, middle-aged, Black men and women, we have to hold ourselves to a different standard.
It's almost like this Mandingo stuff, or in Django. You got your two bucks battling it out.
Yeah. Wow. So
I'm sorry if that offended anybody, but anyway. So real quick, Regina, you guys, Devon and Megan did get divorced, and everything. And when you look at that, that's interesting. And two, again, these high profile divorces, it's almost like it's a prerequisite in Hollywood. And okay, so in John's clarified the open relationship. The open relationship partners don't mind you having outside mates, right? Correct.
Okay.
But swingers take part in multiple partners sexually together, meaning swapping wives. Yeah, okay. They're swapping wives and husbands. That's the difference between swingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, and Regina said they were the same to her too. So Regina, we have been been educated. We have been re-educated on the two differences on that. But yes, this is
Eva said it was sincere and classy. So listen, if you are new to the channel, if you've been here and you want to rebuild healthy relationships in our community, a positive relationship culture, because I'm Robert, you guys have been married 23 years, 25 years. Pastor Dixon, tell me how long you and your wife been married.
Where your wife at? Let's ask your wife. Because okay, there we go.
25 years. I knew it was a little after us, but I wasn't
Okay.
sure how long. But yeah, 25 years, you know, his mom and daddy was married forever and everything. And, you know, uh, that's a blessing. But we trying to develop a positive. If you go to the website, you're going to see that we talk about, you know, that is a part of our mission to develop a positive relationship culture
Within
in
our
our community.
communities.
Now
Absolutely.
that has no color, that has no creed. That we don't
Yes, it is
discriminate
for
on who
all.
we assist.
Absolutely.
However, I will say not many other people coming to request our services. I just put that out there. But we serve with anybody. You
Absolutely.
know, when we do the retreats, it's everybody there because
Mhm.
everybody want to be a part of a retreat. Not a problem, but it's a positive because the truth be told, my driveway ends at everybody's driveway.
Mhm. At your driveway.
And so everybody's driveway ends at my driveway,
Mhm.
you know. So
Absolutely.
we have got to develop that healthy relationship. So if you about that, at the bottom of the screen, if you like content like this and you want to support and be a support, maybe you're not versed in coaching and counseling. And I say counseling because one, we've been doing this for a little while, but we also have some credentials, some trainings that we have participated in and completed, and everything
Continual.
that gives us, and it's a continual thing.
Yeah.
Been married 27 years, six
What
daughters,
kind of
27
years?
glorious years.
There we go. All right. All right.
27 glorious years of wedded bliss, right?
Yes, yes,
And we've
indeed.
had, and if you anybody out there that know us, know good and well that we've seen the bottom as well as that I've been where I've been looking up at the bottom.
Right.
Understand?
Yeah.
When your own mama will tell
Mm.
you that I couldn't
We
have been
love
your
y'all
wife.
too. Yes.
Yes, say
Yeah.
I couldn't have been your wife. Yes, yes.
Mama said it.
Uh-huh.
Mama
Yeah.
spoke her heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Um
but that's what it takes, you know. And so that I think those are things that we want to, of course, pull from
mhm,
what did happen, right?
mhm.
And then we can also look at the apologies. Let's bring out some sweetness from the apologies because Will Smith also sent a statement that says, jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear. And I reacted emotionally, is what he wrote. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed. Somebody said that in the chat. And my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. And he added, violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive. So there's another apology. Do y'all believe it is sincere? And it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
doesn't matter because what we do want to say is we want to applaud them for that.
Yeah, well, that's a part of the narrative.
Okay, that's a part
That's
of the
all a part of
narrative.
this whole game that they playing
So,
at our expense.
but if we are going to extract what the good that comes
That at least
from
they apologize.
even what they put out there on us, I
Yeah.
would say that it's
It-
still, you know, we do want to, when we are wrong, right? We need to confess.
we need to
We need to
prepare.
apologize
Mhm.
and we need to repair.
Yeah. In
Absolutely.
our relationships, we need to repair. So look,
John
guys.
says it sounds like fraud.
Hands down.
Listen, I started off saying I think it was all fake, but that's my opinion, you know. But again, hey, this is what they fed us. It gave us an opportunity to see different perspectives, but
Mhm.
still to really look at how we've got to look at how important it is to understand how to handle ourselves, right, in matters like this, in
Yes.
situations, in heated moments. We've all been there where we've been upset and we've been disappointed in ourselves and how we've behaved, right? Whether it's in the grocery store, the bank, or whatever. We've all been there. We just didn't have all the cameras and hundreds of people or what have you if this was not staged, right?
Yes.
But even still, we also have to look at how we encourage our Black men to support your Black women.
Mhm.
Let that be symbolic of what we do need to happen, right?
Mhm.
We need that. And because there's a whole lot that's going on, and we know there's wars, and we're going to be talking about some of that. There's so much where the black man is blaming the black woman, and the black woman is blaming the black man.
Yes.
And we've got to really stop, like Eric said, stop watching all of the stuff that's bringing negative connotations to our lives, our history. Mm-hmm. Right. And definitely our future. Yes. So we've got a long way to go, but they have submitted apologies.
Right.
And so if we are wrong and we did not have the skills or did not use the skills, then let's do that. And finally, I will say, get help.
Get some help.
Get therapy.
And Eric Any Lane, visit ericanyLane.com to get that help.
Yes.
If you want to support, the Cash App handle is on the bottom on the screen, as well as the PayPal.
All right? Pastor Dixon said that's right. Support one another. Absolutely. Nadia said, right, shut this stuff down. Okay, shut it down.
How's about that be a boycott?
Yes.
Let's not watch anything that does not uplift. Because I tell you, that whole thing in Atlanta, first of all, that's interesting. Okay, that's a story for another day. That's a whole nother situation.
Okay.
But that whole thing in Atlanta was shut down.
You said it's
let it start. Let them start putting out some positive stuff regarding relationships. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gone. All right, it's your country boy.
And your city girl.
Eric.
And Elaine.
Of E Squared.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank y'all for joining us. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Peace
and multiply blessings.